evening, Fredonia, and welcome to Channel 8 Update. I'm Miranda Olson.
And I'm Patrick Ryan. Evolving technology in everyday living and the fake news phenomenon that was coined during the general election cycle will be examined in the final installment of the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences Brown Bag Lecture Series. In the Perceptions of Reality in Our Digital Lives lecture, Computer Science and Information Sciences assistant Professor Michael Saidolio will pose some proactive thoughts and questions about how deeply individuals' worldview may or may not be affected by computing technologies that are encountered in everyday living. Veteran television reporter and now communication assistant professor Mike Igo will explore whether there's really more fake news than ever before. President Donald Trump insists if the topic is simply attracting more attention in his lecture entitled Fake News and You. Fredonia's College of Liberal Arts and Science hosts the lecture series, whose theme this year is Detours on the Information Highway. All talks are free and open to the public. The lecture will be held tomorrow, Wednesday, April 12th at noon in the Williams Center, room 204.
3 Fredonia seniors who have collectively have 5 majors, 2 minors, and GPAs of 3.9 or higher among 256 SUNY students from across the state to receive 2017 SUNY Chancellor's Award for Student Excellence. Maria Gordon, Zachary Eklum, and Rebecca Hartling, who's chosen from among 8 Fredonia finalists. The award ceremony and reception for recipients was held on Wednesday, April 5th at the Empire State Plaza Convention Center in Albany. Quote, "It is my honor to celebrate the achievements of students who have surpassed SUNY's highest standards of academic excellence and leadership on both on and off campus," end quote, said SUNY Chancellor Nancy Zimpher. Quote, "Every student recognized has demonstrated a strong commitment to their degree program, home campus, greater community, and much more," end quote, added Chancellor Zimpher.
State Senator Catherine Young, Spectrum Young, and e-recycler Sun King will be hosting a free electronics recycling event next Saturday, April 22nd, 2017 from 9:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. If you have old electronics that need to be recycled, head on over to lot number 7 off Ring Road. The Director of Environmental Health and Safety and Sustainability, Sarah Laurie, says, quote, "Fredonia is expected to continue hosting this popular event, working closely with our partners. Members of Fredonia's athletic teams as well as campus staff will provide support, and proceeds will benefit the student scholarship," end quote. It should be noted that no more than 4 televisions will be accepted per vehicle. Those including Freon-containing devices, such as refrigerators, air conditioners, and dehumidifiers, will not be accepted. According to fredonia.edu, during last year's event, 1,251 vehicles were unloaded, filling 8 semi-trailers with electronic waste. We'll be right back after this short commercial break.
They'll test you. Try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver, the one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
Most party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving. The ultimate party foul.
Guess what? I have some news for you. There's free food right there, junk food. You see that truck? Oh, jeez. It's a 2 Michelin star chef. All for free, ladies and gentlemen. All for free.
Here we have a panzanella with summer vegetables and pesto. Enjoy. How we doing?
Fantastic. So what do you got going on underneath that plate there?
This food is really about to be thrown away.
Yeah.
Bro? There's
Is there something wrong with this food? Where did you get it from?
From farmers markets. They put aside the ugly vegetables and the ugly fruits.
Carrot top, soft avocados. It was all food that was going to be discarded.
Even the drink you had is made from like a little bruised peach. Did it taste a little bruised?
Great. That was good.
The average person throws away 24 pounds of food a month.
That's a lot.
Isn't that a lot? Go visit savethefood.com for more information. Thank you. Junk food time!
But you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find, cultivate, and train a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
I realized that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you judge me for having a problem. No one is going to know that I need help. I need help. I know that no one is going to judge me for having a problem. I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you listen.
I guess sometimes things just happen. Devastating things. It's got nothing to do with fairness. Bam. Your whole world changes in an instant. And you never see it coming. That's what happened to me. The day my mother had a stroke. I'm Paul George, and I want you to learn the signs of a stroke fast. F-A-S-T. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911. Because the sooner they get to the hospital, the sooner they'll get treatment. And that can make a remarkable difference in their recovery. Protect the ones you love. Spot a stroke. F-A-S-T. Fast.
Guess what? I have some news for you. There's free food right there, junk food. You see that truck? Oh, jeez. It's a 2 Michelin star chef. All for free, ladies and gentlemen. All for free.
Here we have a panzanella with summer vegetables and pesto. Enjoy. How we doing?
Fantastic. So what do you got going on underneath that plate there?
This food is really about to be thrown away.
Yeah.
Bro? Is there something wrong with this food? Where did you get it from?
From farmers markets. They put aside the ugly vegetables and the ugly fruits.
Carrot top, soft avocados. It was all food that was going to be discarded.
Even the drink you had is made from like a little bruised peach. Did it taste a little bruised?
Great. That was good.
The average person throws away 24 pounds of food a month.
That's a lot.
Isn't that a lot? Go visit savethefood.com for more information. Thank you. Junk food time!
Welcome back. Rolling Stone has reportedly settled a lawsuit with the University of Virginia administrator who filed a defamation case over the magazine's false date rape exposed. BuzzFeed reported that Nicole Aramo had filed legal papers Tuesday telling the federal court overseeing the case that she was dropping her lawsuit against reporter Sabrina Eldoli and the magazine. Quote, "We're happy that the case is settled now," end quote. Armano attorney Libby Locke told BuzzFeed. It allows Nicole to move on and really focus on what she does best, which is help victims of sexual assault. Neither Miss Locke nor lawyer of Rolling Stone parent company Warner Media described the settlement beyond saying the terms were confidential. At trial, Mrs. Armano won $3 million judgment, $2 million from the reporter, and $1 million from Rolling Stone and Warner Media.
A man's refusal to give up his seat on an overbooked United Airlines flight led to a disturbing scene Sunday that has travelers up in arms over the airline's policies. The Department of Transportation said it will review the incident in which a passenger was forcibly removed from a Louisville, Kentucky-bound United flight 341 at Chicago O'Hare International Airport. The incident has prompted one security officer's suspension and created a publicity nightmare for United. Several passengers recorded the incident on their phones and posted the video on social media, showing 3 Chicago Department of Aviation security officers dragging the man, who has not been identified, down the aisle by the arms and legs, while other passengers shout in protest. He continued to resist after he was removed and ran back onto the airplane, face covered in blood from the encounter. Passenger Jade Kelly said, quote, "It was very traumatic," end quote. She did not witness the entire event, but she said that the sound of the scream still haunts her. Quote, "It was horrible. I had trouble sleeping last night, and hearing the video again gives me the chills," end quote. The Chicago Department of Aviation said in a statement that the incident quote, "was not in accordance with our standard operating procedure, and the actions of the aviation security officer are obviously not condemned rather by the department," end quote. End quote. The police officers have been placed on leave effective today, pending a review of the situation, the statement added.
On April 10th, Cedric Anderson entered North Park Elementary School in San Bernardino to see his wife, Karen Smith, who worked as a special needs teacher. And there was no indication to staff that something was amiss. Family members often visited their spouses at San Bernardino, California school, and school staff recognized Anderson as Smith's new husband. He signed in and did not appear allegated on Monday. There were no indication of the violence that would soon come. From the office, Anderson walked into the classroom, B1, and without saying a word, opened fire at Smith from 10 to 15 feet away. According to the sequence of events presented by San Bernardino Police Chief Jared Bagoon, in all, Anderson fired 10 shots from a Smith & Wesson .357 revolver. Stopping to reload, police said. Smith, 53, was killed in the shooting. Student Jonathan Martinez, 8, who was sitting behind Smith, was shot and killed as well. A 9-year-old student, also behind Smith, was hit in the upper body, police said, and he is expected to survive. Anderson then shot himself to death, police said. Community members gathered for a vigil Tuesday evening to mourn the 2 victims and left flowers, teddy bears, and balloons at the elementary school. We'll be back in a moment. This is Channel 8 Update.
I'll be right back.
Hi! You think you're probably sober?
Yeah.
But you're thinking about taking the back roads home, just in case. If you're probably sober, then why would you do that? Good choice.
Probably okay isn't okay. If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
That's a full glass of wine. I'll be chatting you later.
I realized that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you judge me for having a problem. No one is going to know that I need help. I need help. I know that no one is going to judge me for having a problem. I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you listen.
Oh, look, a redhead. Staring contest. You still got it. I know.
Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute.
You were looking right at us.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. That's 1 in 5 daughters, sons, neighbors, and classmates who don't know where their next meal is coming from. Yet billions of pounds of good food go to waste every year. It's time we do something about it. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide meals to millions of kids and families in need. Visit feedingamerica.org to help them feed even more. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
Same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
Hamilton was adopted from a rescue in 2008. He really likes to be around people. And as soon as I start to make my breakfast, Hamilton is right there. I get out my mat and I'm doing a downward dog and he's underneath. He's quite the pug about town. He gets invited to a lot of parties. He knows he's a pretty big deal. I mean, look at this little face. How could you not love him?
It's me, Artie. Come see what I collected from the Creative Galaxy in my idea box.
Transform your world.
Will you help me make art?
Before you throw it away,
Hey, I have an idea.
think outside the box.
Go be amazing!
Give your cardboard box another life. Recycle.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, you know, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello? That's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Welcome back. Taiwan has outlawed the consumption of dog and cat meat as the island's legislature on Tuesday passed a landmark amendment to its animal protection laws. According to the island's official central news agency, quote, Taiwan's progressive ban is part of a growing trend across Asia to end the brutal dog meat trade, end quote, said Wendy Higgins with the Humane Society International. Quote, previously the Animal Protection Act only covered the slaughter and sale of dog and cat meat, but this amendment specifically prohibits the actual consumption of dog meat, end quote, said Jill Robinson, the founder and CEO of Animals Asia Foundation. Individuals who eat or trade dog or cat meat can now be fined between $1,000 and $6,040. The amendment also bans walking the pets on a leash pulled by cars and motorcycles and raises the penalty for cruelty to animals.
A UN resolution was vetoed by Russia Wednesday. This resolution would have required Syria to cooperate with investigators and face full accountability following a brutal chemical attack in the country. According to CNN, this is now the 8th time that Russia has vetoed a proposed Security Council resolution regarding Syria. The United Kingdom's ambassador, Matthew Rycroft, stated, quote, we've met over the horror, hoping Assad has reached his depths, and yet every time he's plunged to new lows, end quote. This prompted the Syria envoy to Bashar Jafari to call the UN ambassador's statements lies and accusations, stating that his country could have not used, quote, a chemical weapon we do not even possess, end quote. However, the U.S. ambassador to the UN, Nikki Haley, did not let upon the criticism of Moscow, stating, quote, to my colleagues from Russia, you are isolating yourselves from the international community every time one of Assad's plans drop another barrel bomb on civilians and every time Assad tries to starve another community to death, end quote.
A 14,000-year-old village has been discovered by researchers in Western Canada. This remote coastal area of Canada, known as the Triscuit Islands, houses the hidden wonder carbon dating from charcoal flakes that shows the village was around during the last ice age. According to CNN, many artifacts were found, including carved wooden tools, that the village the village does in fact predate the Egyptian pyramids from that same carbon dating. This is a major find. Back in a moment, this is Channel 8 Update.
I'll be right back.
Hi. You think you're probably sober?
Yeah.
But you're thinking about taking the back roads home, just in case. If you're probably sober, then why would you do that? Good choice.
Probably okay isn't okay. If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
That's a full glass of wine. I'll be chatting you later.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. That's 1 in 5 daughters, sons, neighbors, and classmates who don't know where their next meal is coming from. Yet billions of pounds of good food go to waste every year. It's time we do something about it. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide meals to millions of kids and families in need. Visit feedingamerica.org to help them feed even more. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
Hamilton was adopted from a rescue in 2008. He really likes to be around people. And as soon as I start to make my breakfast, Hamilton is right there. I get out my mat and I'm doing a downward dog and he's underneath. He's quite the pug about town. He gets invited to a lot of parties. He knows he's a pretty big deal. I mean, look at this little face. How could you not love him?
It's me, Artie. Come see what I collected from the Creative Galaxy in my idea box.
Transform your world.
Will you help me make art?
Each one of our journeys keeps us. Before you throw it away,
Hey, I have an idea.
think outside the box.
We'll never get older. Each one Go be amazing!
Give your cardboard box another life. Recycle.
Welcome back. The Blue Devils women's lacrosse team lost to Brockport 18-8 Tuesday evening. Senior Katie Miller had 3 goals and 1 assist for the Blue Devils, while Audrey Jokovic had 2 goals. Jade Williams, Samantha Spies, and Madeline Haney all had 1 goal apiece. Heather Conklin scored 4 goals on 6 shots, and Sarah Shattuck picked up the win for Brockport in the net. Brockport improves to 19-1 overall and 3-0 in SUNYAC play. This loss drops Fredonia's record to 2-10 on their overall season and 1-3 in conference play. The Blue Devils have a chance to redeem themselves this Friday against Oswego.
The Blue Devils baseball team also suffered a loss this week against the New Paltz 10-7. Patrick Sheehan of the Blue Devils had 3 hits and 2 RBIs. Sheehan also had a home run in the 3rd inning. Alexio Medina, Joshua Crosetti, and Mike Prentice also had hits. Fredonia actually had more hits in total than the Hawks. The Hawks nailed the victory with a trio of home runs, 2 hit by Chris Moran. Fredonia now has fallen to 11-13. They traveled to Madai for a doubleheader today.
LeBron James. Excuse me. Someone who knows what it's like to be a kid looking for hope opened up a school for at-risk children. James, who has been a longtime contributor for children in need, has named these schools, quote, the I Promise schools, end quote, and are set to open in Akron. James said, quote, these schools are so important to me because our vision is to create a place for the kids in Akron who need it the most, those kids who could fall through the cracks without our help, end quote. The school, which is backed up by James Family Foundation, is set to open in fall of 2018 and focus on kids in the 3rd and 4th grade by 2022. The school plans on accommodating children through grade 8.
Now we're going to head over to your up-to-date weather forecast right now. Today will feature partly cloudy skies with temperatures reaching to a high of 48 degrees. Overnight cloudy skies will continue with overnight temperatures dropping down to 37 degrees. Tomorrow, expect mostly cloudy skies throughout the day. Temperatures will reach a high of 53 with overnight temperatures dropping down into the 40s. On Friday, the sun returns with temperatures reaching a high of 64 and overnight temperatures dropping into the low 50s.
The rain returns this weekend with thunderstorms. Throughout the day Saturday, temperatures will reach a high of 71 with a low in the 60s. Easter Sunday will feature scattered thunderstorms. Throughout the day, temperatures will reach a high of 69 with lows in the mid-40s. Chance of rain, 60%.
And that's all we have for you this evening. Thanks for tuning in to Channel 8 Update on WNYF TV. Tune in next Wednesday for more news. I'm Patrick Ryan.
And I'm Miranda Olson.
Good
Have
night.
a good night.